Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know what's going on here. All right. No, you go away. This is arguing with me now. There we go. I just like to have a little bit of background noise. And I need the air on. For some reason, I start burning up as soon as I turn on this camera. There we go. So good morning, y'all. So I titled this, How to Save a Life. And the reason I did, I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about this morning, but then my sunshine called. I actually woke up to a 1 a.m. text, so I was like, oh, Lord, what happened? This is my Leo baby, right? And my oldest nephew, the first baby, that was a huge part of my life. He was born when I was only 14, and I babysat him and everything else like that. And I always called him Sunshine because whenever I came home, he would just be like, Titi, and I'd be like, Sunshine. Or I'd come in the door and go, where's my sunshine? He'd come running out of wherever he was hiding. And, yeah, so when I was 16, I was having a hard mental breakdown. I was thinking of, all them dark, dark thoughts. The one thing that stopped me from ever doing anything dramatic was that kid. I just couldn't imagine leaving him here in the world without me. I couldn't do it. I didn't want him to grow up with that story. I didn't want to be that story in his life. So how do you save a life? You exist. You show up every day and just be who you are. That kid is so amazing. There was no emergency. He works on a boat, so he works all kinds of weird swing shifts. And he wants to get into tarot, which I think is wonderful because the kid does have a knack for it. Like, I've done readings for him before. Like, it's a fun family thing we like to do too. So, and yeah, he's got a real knack for it. So I'm proud of him. He's a Leo though. He's a total Leo. I love him so much. He's the one fire sign over there with his mother's group. Everybody else in that family's a water sign except for him. But yeah, all you have to do is just keep showing up and be there. You'd be surprised how just your existence could have saved somebody's life. I know a lot of moms out there may feel that one. I know there's been times where the only thing that kept me from giving up was them, which is also why I do this. I like working from home. And all the objective was to have, be on call for my kids because my son has special needs. So I needed something that I could be on call for them. That's why I asked for 3 to 5 days for readings, and I only put out so many at a time. So if you ever go to the links and a reading's not available, just check back in a day or two. Because once I finish that list, then I'll load up another, however many I think I can handle at the time, depending on what's going on. So I hope y'all are having a beautiful morning. I do have some cards here for you. I started with the Dark Mirror and one of the Earth Magic Oracles for you. And now the Earth Magical Oracle says the wind of activation is happening right now. The Land Gate portal is opening. It's Leo season. It's fire season. Things are getting ready to shift, and a lot of people are getting ready to seriously start activating. But you cannot activate masquerade. You cannot activate if you're wearing a mask or putting on a persona. You also cannot activate if you are a different person with every other person you meet, because that's putting on a mask. This is fragmentation. This is pretty much just ripping yourself apart. This card is also a lot about like self-hatred and pretty much, yeah. just swallowing poison. And you can't try to cut out little aspects of yourself that you don't like me and Sunshine. I love him to death. Why? Because he is boisterous. He says what's on his mind, and he just speaks my fiery language, and he gets it. You know, you can't remove parts of yourself that you don't like. That's just going to fragment you. They're still there. You're just hiding them. You're putting masks over them. Got to figure out who you are and be who you are genuinely if you want to activate. I'm running a little late this Monday morning, but we are doing good. And that's just it. And what he's doing right now is an important step too. He was like, I feel bad. I probably should have got that kid tarot cards at 13 like I did my nieces, but I didn't think boys would be into it. Turns out guys are really into tarot cards. But so he wants to get into tarot cards, and he asked me what to do, and I was like, look up tarot cards. Get you a tarot card. And he wants to start. He asked me what deck to start with, and I was like, start with, I would suggest starting with the traditional Rider-Waite, but you don't have to. I was like, it's really up to you. You'll see your deck when you see it. I was like, and I'll send you one so that you have one that's a gift to start with. But he actually, and this is what I talk about. Morning, Crystal. Following your intuition. I mean, this kid didn't really even get to grow up with, we ended up moving down here when he was 4, and this whole custody thing ensued, and he ended up staying with his dad because they were like, oh, if you move him, it'll be detrimental to his relationship with his father, blah, 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 and it was all a bunch of BS. But long story short, is he didn't really get to grow up with me and my mother, so he wasn't as exposed to all this as we were, but he already knew. I was like, I'll send you one of the decks that I have that I don't really use anymore. And he was like, well, I really feel like I should have a deck that you haven't ever used. He's like, I would love that deck, so that way if I ever feel like I need advice from you, I can use that deck to touch in with your energy. And then, but I would like a deck that no one's ever touched before, so that way it's all my energy. And I'm like, who are you? Like, there you go. Boom. Winds of activation. He finally came out and said that he could see spirits and he senses energy and he's astro traveled, and I'm 20 and he's telling me that he's been doing this stuff since he was younger, right? Fragmentation, hiding things, masks, hiding things. As soon as you drop that stuff, boom, boom, activation. You got to figure out what calls to you and listen to your intuition. It is telling you everything you need to know. Morning, Phantom. But it really is, like, I know that sounds so simple, but it really is that simple. And a lot of times you're blocked because you're fragmented and you're wearing a mask. That's blocking you from letting things in because it's toxic. It's not liking parts of yourself. You're hiding parts of yourself. And as long as you don't love yourself fully, that's what happens. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. Oh, I also sent him. I went ahead and I was just like, well, if you're going to be all spiritual like this, you might as well come on over to the Coven the Silver Cord. And he was like, really? You run a group? Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My sister is not into any of this stuff. She is the normal bug of the family. And her husband, he don't like it. Like he lets me read for his kids and stuff like that because it is kind of a family tradition, and like it doesn't bother them at all, but they are not into this kind of stuff at all. They are they're the average Jane, average Joe type people. My sister's a healer though. She's a CNA and she's working in nursing school, so like that part's still there. I believe he's just like a security guard or something. Like he protects people. So we all have our own ways of still contributing spiritually. You don't have to be a master Reiki healer to be an activated light worker on the planet. You'd be surprised. Every healer, nurse, doctor, dentist, all of those are all people who want to help people. All the social workers, all the firefighters, policemen, all, they're all light workers. Anybody who's volunteered their life in service of others is a light worker. You don't have to be a spiritualist to be considered a light worker. You don't have to have any exposure to spirituality to become a light worker or even to activate, really. I mean, a lot of people activate without ever touching, doing yoga or any of that stuff. Luna didn't. Luna just boom, clicked on like a light bulb one day, and then she went through her dark night of the soul, and then it was, I believe, Archangel Michael came to her, and that sent her on a big Christianity kick for a while. And yeah. And then she didn't talk to me for about 6 months, and then out of nowhere she came to me and she started talking about how the energies and everything else, and just like him, she dropped the whole thing and she told me about visions she had seen and whatnot. And as soon as she released all that, bam, knowledge started coming to her like that. She didn't have to seek it out. It sought her out. Now she's addicted to spiritual books right now. What she does is she buys spiritual books and she grabs one random book. She's got hundreds every morning on her way out the door. And then whenever she gets a break, she just opens it to a random pages and reads it. And she finds all kinds of stuff, things that were already on her thought trail, knowledge that she was already thinking about, and she just randomly reaches out for it and just pulls it right in. It blows my mind. Like, we were into stuff when we were teenagers. We were into Wicca and all that. But, I don't know. She finds other light workers wandering around in the woods and stuff. It blows my mind how she connects with people now. And she loves it too. She likes tripping people out. All right, so I got these cards here. What's going on here? Change needs to happen. You can't attract anything new being exactly who you were before. Change needs to happen. Justice reversed. So, I mean, this kind of goes along with the not being true. It is reversed. Justice upright is truths being revealed, things coming out, things of that nature. Reversed means truths are not coming out. People are either admitting truths or not speaking their truths or biting their tongue way too much. Princess of Cups. Reversed. That comes with a lot of not being able to love yourself. When you don't love yourself, you got the Magician reversed. I mean, magic is the frequency of love. If you don't love yourself, and all the parts of you, even the bad parts, even the ugly parts, even, I'm all scarred up. I mean, it's hard to see on the camera, but I've got scars all over my face. I was really heavy. I'm skinny now. I've got some new skin. You got to love all that stuff. It's hard, but you do if you want to be able to, manifest anything into your life. And I love this card in this deck because this is the Princess of Wands. And this is really, you have to find something you're passionate about to do. If you want to be in service to others or things of that nature, you need to find where your passion lies and how it is you want to do what you're going to do. And then you put your own star in the sky. It's fine to be inspired by other people, but you want to put your own star in the sky. You don't want to achieve exactly what somebody else achieves. You don't want to do exactly what they did. You want to find your own way to create your own star and then put it in the sky yourselves. Your passion, your flames can definitely get you higher. For anybody else wants to look up tiger symbolism, it'll be a fun little run for you today. Take time to recuperate. Call a truce, especially if you have an internal battle going on in your mind. Call a truce for a while, or if you're arguing with other people that are making you judge yourself or make you feel like you feel like they're judging you, so you're judging yourself, or however that's going. Take a break. Take a break from that thought process. Call a truce. Remove yourself back as far as you can, and imagine you're outside looking in on your life, right? Or even as an aspect of like with Sunshine that I was talking about, with dealing with children, what would you tell your 17-year-old self? What advice would you give you? And remove yourself emotionally from the situation. Don't, you got to pull all the way back. You can't if it was, no. Drop all the emotional connection to it. If you didn't know any of those people and you were trying to give you advice, what advice would you give you? Take your time to recuperate, pull back, call a truce within yourself. Six of Swords. It says science there. But this is, I've always read the Six of Swords. It's like a rite of passage because it's usually somebody on a boat moving forward. In this deck, he's on a cloud, but he's still working on something there. But it's a rite of passage right now. Like I said, I've been telling everybody, the Lionsgate portal is open, the Leo portal is open, the sun is in its sign. One of the reasons Leos are so self-centered is because that they are sun energy. They think they're the center of the solar system. They can't help it. I mean, they can't help it as much as I can't help being in Aries and just headbutting people sometimes. But I'm a ram. I like to do that. I don't know why. Just cram. But this is a time of activation. You can definitely be seizing on that if you take the time to remove yourself from these situations. And that's how you turn all your other cards back upright. That's where you will get your justice. That's where your cup is full because you're filling it yourself. And once your cup is full, when you're filling it yourself, then you are the magician in your own life. You have the alchemy you need to create whatever life it is you're trying to create. And I always say to people, be sure that you really focus on what it is you genuinely want. Because a lot of people can be very superficial with their wants. They don't know what to want. And they kind of need other people to tell them what they want. So what do they want? They want a big house. They want lots of money. They want brand new shiny cars. They want, all that, and all that's fine and dandy. But like for me, I've never wanted a giant house or anything else like that. I don't know. I came back very, very quickly this life. So I was alive. Well, I was around during those Better Homes and Gardens initial nonsense. So I was like, the bigger the house, the more you have to clean. I've always wanted small. I've always wanted country. And it's amazing because I manifested myself here, and I started this stuff when, I guess you could say I made my first vision board. If you guys have never heard of vision boards, they're a great way to try to help you manifest what it is you genuinely want, right? What it is you genuinely want. So, like, my first vision board, I used to make collages when I was little. And, what was it? It was an air conditioner I think I was using. So I was on a bunk bed, and the air conditioner was up there. I had a little piece that folded down. And I had, like I said, picture of a small house. I had two kids in there, a boy and a girl, a little blue-eyed boy. And funny enough, no, I did not put a man on my vision board at all. Just my kids, just my house, just, little things like that. And I have it all now. I have everything I had on my 9-year-old vision board. So look into what a vision board is. Like I said, it's just a collage of what you want, or you can write a list, writing things down into a journal. Those are all steps that you can take, like I said, in the earth. That's using earth energy. That's grounding it into this reality. Speaking it out loud grounds it into this reality. Writing it down grounds it even further. Taking the time to flip through a magazine and cut out pictures of what you want and paste them onto a big board. That's all focusing intent. But just like my vision board that I did when I was younger, you have to forget kind of after a while. You need to write down what you want and then you put it up. You don't sit there and focus on it every single day. You got to learn how to release what you want out into the universe so that it can bring it to you. I believe that was actually in one of the movies, The Secret, too. I think one of the guys was talking about his son found an old vision board and he looked at it and he was like, oh, wow, look, this looks just like our house now. I forgot, not that he forgot he made it, but he forgot all the details in it. Good morning. I know, I wish I had more time for you guys, too. Yes, I do readings. Go ahead and ask away. Your cards may already be down here. I'm about to go over the cards that I pulled this morning again one more time just to get the message fully through. If you don't want to do it in the group, you can do it down there. Ooh. Well, for a full reading, I have the links below where you can order a reading. I do them emails if you can't afford the video readings, but I would say, just based on your questions, the universe is giving you a kick in the ass right now, and I know that seems really scary, but when you have nothing left to lose, you have endless possibilities in front of you. All right? That's I say this too, honey. Sometimes the universe does that because you're not ready. You're not ready. When you're ready for the answers, you'll be able to afford your readings. You'll be able to do that. But right now, you need to work on your inner work and aligning yourself so that way you can be in a more abundant frequency. I will say, though, I do get the sense that, yes, she will help, but it's not going to be as much as you think it would be. But she's going to do her best. You're welcome. Don't try not to, because it's not going to be as much as you would hope for her to help you. Try not to get in an anger frequency. All right. Try not to get in the frustrated frequency. Try to flow as much as you can. I know times are crazy right now for a lot of people, but being angry is not going to do you any favors. It's okay to cry and it's okay to break down. Just make sure that you don't stay in that frequency longer than you need to. Just long enough to release the tears, release the tension. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and go over our cards just one last time. For those of you who might have missed the beginning. Masquerade and fragmentation. You cannot jump on these frequencies of activation with these Lion Gates portals and the sun portals and everything that's happening right now if you are hiding behind masks and breaking yourself into a bazillion pieces trying to please everybody else. Right? You need to make a change. Once you stop hiding yourself and the truths are fully revealed and you are true in yourself, then you can turn this around and be able to fill your own cup. That way, when you love you is how you get this magician going. You have to believe you're powerful enough to do that. And if you're hiding yourself, then you don't feel powerful. So you have to stop really hiding in the shadows so much. My mess behind me. I got all my decks back there right now. Princess of Wands. Don't reach for anybody else's stars. You're not going to find your answers on someone else's path. The objective is to put your own star in the sky. I got that pink song in my head now. We're billions of beautiful lights. Call a truce. Don't fight with people. Don't argue with people. Don't fight that internal battle that's going in your head. Call a truce. Take some time to relax and get a distant perspective on it. Six of Swords. This is a rite of passage. This is something that everybody goes through these phases. Even if you're already on a spiritual path and been on it for years, we still go through this every now and then. As more knowledge comes in, your perspectives change, and then you realize, I kind of have to change what I'm saying or doing or whatever, because that's not really who I am anymore. I was laughing with a friend because we were talking about Rachel Gibson, which is another Facebook witchy lady. And I thought it was so funny because I hadn't seen any of her videos in like 3 years. And 3 years ago, she was really into like the black makeup, the big eyeliner, the crystal ball, the hackling like a witch while she was doing her readings and doing all kinds of silly things like Wicca, all the hardcore Wicca things. She was going through all the Wicca motions in every video and everything. And now she's pretty much reading like I do. She just has a little thing and she just does her little lives and she just, and I was like, that's so cool. She allowed herself to evolve and change, even at her age, even as someone who started really young. So you always have to allow yourself to adapt and change as new knowledge comes in. This is Earth. Ask the element of Earth for grounding, stability, strength in times of chaos. Now, I mentioned that too a few minutes ago. A good way to use Earth energy is to either keep a journal, keep a manifesting vision journal, or you can write down what it is you want to do and what it is you want and And also, like I said, don't grasp onto anything else. Journal it out. Flip the page. Don't go back and read it. Let it go. That is a great way to use Earth energy. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. The more you can remove yourself from these situations, the more your third eye will open and you can see things from a healthier perspective and be able to use your own intuition more. On target, follow your ideal life path. I mentioned that this morning too. Find out what it is you are passionate about. That is what you will want to aim for. And when you're hunting something, you can't just, you don't just shoot the arrow and never go get it. There's an objective. You still have to go and get the arrow. You have to follow the arrow for whatever it was you were shooting towards, right? But stay on target for what it is you genuinely want, regardless of what other people are telling you to do. And the last one is the sun. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. Like I said, the sun is in Leo right now, and it is pumping out so much energy for everybody. Like I said, look up the Lion Gate portal. It just opened yesterday. It's going to be open till the 8th. The 8th is August 8th is a big day for it. It's a great time. So if you're on the path right now and you're trying to do something, set yourself some goals over the next week. And like if you're trying to quit something, or you're trying to wean off something, or you're trying to start a new routine, start today and have whatever your goal be on the 8th is what you're going to get. Morning, darling. I'm actually about to pop off. I've been on over 30 minutes now. I was running a little late this morning too. Oh yeah, I touched on a lot of stuff that we talked about yesterday. But all right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and pop off, so anybody who's missed the beginning, you guys can go ahead and watch the replay. And blessed be all those who walk these paths with me. I love you guys. Have a blessed day.